We're live. We're live. All right, everybody. Hello, hello. We're going to be doing some back testing today. Live back testing. Guys, I had my job interview on a couple interviews this week, and yeah, they went pretty good. So hopefully, I'll be getting an offer soon. And if not, no worries. I'll just keep trying, keep practicing. Won't give up. But today, I just want to do some back testing. So exciting stuff, guys. I'm trying back testing a new plan, and it's working pretty well. So the plan is pretty simple. Basically, I just only trade at the close of the first 30-minute bar, and I only do it um, if it reacts, depending on how it closes, like reacting to one of the prior day levels. So I skip a lot of trades, take a lot of trades, and yeah. So I just go one bar at a time, and whenever I take a trade, I screenshot it, put it in a folder, and then eventually I'll be able to review everything. So I like this so far more than the 5 minute, trading the 5 minute, because it's just one time frame. It's a bigger time frame. Each bar represents a lot more certainty because it's makes up a much larger. It's like 6 5-minute bars, so it's much more like decisive. Now, yes, I will miss moves. Like I won't get as tight of a stop loss, but sometimes I'll get pretty tight stop losses. So it's pretty cool. Um anyway, I don't even know, like this is just my back testing um time of my trading career. I did pretty bad, and I want to I'm not going to go back to it until I have a proven system that with like 3 or 4 years worth of data that I know inside and out and can just confidently execute without any stress. And so that's what I'm trying to achieve. And I just like want one setup, literally one. So look, we actually just got one of those right here. So we're just back testing. I've done about, let's see, 69 minus. So I've done about like 55, 50, 57 days worth of data so far. I'm going to get a bit more now, and then I'll show you at the end, and we will at some point, um, I'll calculate and add up my win rate and figure it out. And kind of exciting stuff. Okay, so this trade, um, we enter at the close. This starts and goes past the opening level, past the closing, or the prior day high, closes decisively down. So this would be an enter bar, 30-point stop loss. Okay, but the thing is, with this, we just target like really far. So I would target the prior day low, which is like 100 points away. And so this one, we'd get stopped out. No problem. No problem at all. What's the day? I'm going to screenshot this, and then we move on to the next day. So screenshot it. This is 122. So now I just have to go into my Excel, say 122 2026 minus 1.1R, and then we just go back to the charts, and we just one bar at a time. Okay, so this bar would be an enter, and we enter here, and I don't really even look at this on the left too much. Only when I'm selecting take prop take profit points. So we're at 76. Here, I'll do this better now that I'm actually streaming. So our entry point is right here, 76. What's a good target that's like really far away from there? Probably like this prior week high up here. So we don't hit it, but this is what happens a lot. We hold till end of day. This bar we would make 76. We'd make like 3 points. Okay. So we'd make 3 points and then 76 down to here. So I'd make 3 points from risking 26. Not very good, but that's okay. 3 divided by 26. And then the date for that is 126. Go ahead and screenshot this. All right. Just making sure. There we go. Beautiful. Okay. So back to the backtesting. All right, another one here. We'd get long here, and we'd target, man, 750 probably. You know, at least 50 points away. But there's no like obvious target. So if there's no obvious target, you know, just set a really far target. Set like 100 points away. We'll say 7075 is what we'll target, because that would be, you know, it's be very, very good. That'd be 70 points. Okay, so this one, we enter here on the close of that bar, right there. Make like a point. 1.5 points, is it? 1.25 points from risking 17. So for this one in the Excel, I'm just going to say 0, or I'm not even going to say we made any points. So that was 127. The thing with this strategy, the thing with this strategy that I've noticed is a lot of very mid trades, very mediocre trades, but then like once a month we'll get like a 5R or a 10R trade that just really pays out well. So that's just Pareto distribution. That's kind of normal. Pareto distribution, and if it's comes really close, like sometimes I'll just take a trade. Like I like this strategy because it gives me a bit more freedom to just take the trade. For example, this trade here, what is today? 128. So this trade, it almost touches this. So I could skip this or I could take this. I think I would probably take this. This is like a hammer bar looking downwards. Kind of seems like, yeah, we may take this. But here's the thing. It did close on this side of the opening level. So you just kind of have to like you have to like look at the price action more. It is harder because it's like less codable. It's less like it is pretty codable, but like there is more discretion. So anyway, this is a bearish bar. basically. It's a bullish bar, but it's basically like a doji. You know, it does just close up, but like it got sold off hard. But it almost hit this. So I'm saying this is a short bar. Oh, oops, that's the next day. I never picked a target. I just realized that. I would have picked probably like right here anyway, so we would have come close to hitting my target, but we wouldn't have hit it, I don't think. Unfortunately, no worries. Still a winner. So 23 points down to 10. So 13-point winner. Stop loss 10 points. So 13 divided by 10. 1.3. What's the date? 128. Need to take a screenshot of it. Oops. It's kind of nice trading a much bigger time frame because it's just way less to keep track of. Okay, this would be a short trade. But it's like such a big bar. It's like, would I even want to take this? I don't think I would. I guess I'd have to though, because it's the rule. You have to take the trade. So probably enter here. I'd probably skip this. I'd probably just get up from my computer and walk away. But I'd probably skip this. But we have to trade it like it's real. So let's take the short. So this would be a loss of 64 up to 90. So 26 points ish. But we risked 64 up to 22. So what is that? That's 58 points. So what is it? 24 that we lost? 26? 26 divided by 58. So half an hour is what we lost. I don't think I would have taken that, by the way, for the record. But I have to, when I'm backtesting, I have to trade like worst case. I have to trade worst case. Okay. Wouldn't take any trades today. It opens right in the middle of the range. Wouldn't take any trades today. This would be a short, and we target probably 6,900. Yeah, we target 6,900. And boom, we hit this one. Boom. See? Great trade for me on that one. Stop loss 81 up to 18. So like 37 points. 37-point stop loss, but made 82 points. So, 82 points divided by 37-point stop loss. That's 2.22R. So 2.22R, not terrible. And that is February 3rd. And we got to screenshot this. We're going to trade that. 2, 3, 26. It's going to be really interesting to see. With this strategy, it's a lot It's a lot less stressful for me because I just have one decision to make a day. It's very clear for most of the time what I'm supposed to do just based on the first bar. Like for this trade example, first bar, it's below the prior day, and it touches, goes past, comes back down, closes bearish. It's like kind of like a doji, but it's still closing on below the prior day low and below the opening level. So this to me is obvious short. And where would we target? Let me look at this. So this is 2.5. So let's move this over a bit. 2.3, 2.4, and this is opening down here. So 250, I think 2,800 is a reasonable target. That would only be like 1R ish. So maybe let's just target 100 points down. Let's do 67.50. Okay, so we wouldn't get stopped out. We wouldn't. If we would have targeted 6,800, it would have filled on this last bar. But we have to do worst case. So what is this? 35 points, I think, to the top. 32 point stop loss. 50 points down to 16 points. So 30, what was it, 50? Did I say 50 down to 16? So 34 point take profit, and then 32 point stop loss. So 34 divided by 32, basically 1R. And then this, what was the date of this? 2.5. So we're just going to screenshot this, add this to our folder. Everything I've been screenshotting. And after all this, guys, here's my plan. I'm going to upload where does it open, above, below, or inside the prior week range. Where does it open, above, inside, or below the prior day range. And then I'm going to do where does that first 30-minute bar close. Does it close above, below, inside, prior week, above, below, inside, prior day? And then does it close above, on, or below the opening level too, because that matters a lot as well. I'm going to do a quantitative analysis on all this data, and that is going to help me be even more sure about when I want to take a trade versus when I don't want to take a trade. But right now I'm just collecting raw data, collecting screenshots. I'll go back at the end and do all that quant work. This is, I just like this a lot more. It's a lot less data points to keep track of, and it's a lot less stressful, and it's way easier. It's way easier for me, and that's just gonna help me a lot. So I'm checking the comments. Someone said, "Bro, don't make it too complicated for real." Quizzy blocks. I feel like I'm not making it complicated. I feel like this is way less complicated. Now that I'm just trading I'm making just one decision a day based on the first 30-minute bar. It's so easy for me now. So 5 minutes was already easier than 2 minute, but I was still like way complicating it. Maybe there's a way I can make the 5 minute less complicated, but I don't know. Oh wait, this would be a trade right here. So this would be a trade because close outside the prior day. We just need to we're looking for action to happen around the prior day, and this is the prior week low. So it's like, hey, we're probably gonna retreat up into the prior week is what I would say. So we're starting like right here. I'd say a good target is always the middle of that prior week range. Happens to be like right around here, 6.967. So let's just target 6.967. It's like pretty far up, and if we don't get there, no worries. Did this hit 6.967? High of this? Okay, no, it came pretty close, but it didn't hit 6967. It came. I'm looking like up here, like this where is where it shows the high of the bar. So I'm hovering on here, and I see the high says 6965.5. So it came pretty close. Did hit the prior day high, or the prior day's prior day high, which I feel like I would have targeted that. But look, I feel like I probably would have targeted that, to be honest, but I didn't. So I'm going with this, which is still fine. It's still a solid win. So 45. So that's 55-point win, and we risked. Jeez, we risked a lot. That was a lot of risk. So 90 minus 48. So that'd be 42 points, but we made 55. So 55 divided by 42, that would be 1.31 win. Little by little, you don't need much. 1 point, that's like a solid win. And eventually we're going to get a really big win. I just know that. Like, just doing this long enough, we'll get a really nice win. So this wouldn't be a trade because it doesn't cross this. Doesn't cross that. So even though this goes up and goes, this would be a nice trade. This wouldn't be a trade we could take because it's just not close enough. You know, there's too much of a gap here. It's like 5-point gap. Even though, like, my instinct, if I saw this bar, like, my instinct when I see this bar, it's like, okay, I would long that bar, stop loss down here, 20-point stop loss. But yeah. Okay, this bar. What do I do here? Let me look at my plan. So my plan says 30-minute candle close, enter at close of first 30-minute bar, only when it is touching prior day high, or prior day low, or real close to touching. I actually don't have an answer right now. So we gotta make this more specific. So for starts inside that touch edge but don't close past, do, and I've got to come up for starts outside that touch edge but don't close past, trade break away, shorts below, longs above. Okay, so I am doing a little bit of work here. For starts inside a touch edge, but don't close past. Inside, but don't close past. My instinct is to say go long here. My instinct is to say go long. You know what I can do? Before I answer this question, I can look at all the screenshots I've taken so far to decide. So that's what we'll do. I'm gonna open all my screenshots, and then we'll share. I'll share it, and we'll look at this together. All right. Sources. Let's do window capture. Add source. Add new source. Add source. Cool. So we'll add this. There we go. All right. So now we're just going to look at all these and see what we do. So we're looking specifically for starts inside that touch the edge but don't close past. So that wouldn't qualify, that wouldn't qualify, that wouldn't qualify, that wouldn't qualify. This is not like a common example. Starts inside but doesn't close past. So what is my intuition telling me to do? By the way. Oh wait, I didn't share. Oh wait, no. Wait. Okay. Oops. You guys can barely see that. My bad. I'm not a big time streamer, so it takes me a bit sometimes. There we go. So where were we? You want to do what your intuition says to do, I think, too, a little bit. No, you don't. That's actually a horrible thing. You don't want to do what your intuition says. You want to do what your system says to do. But okay, so starts inside but doesn't close past. Here's one right here, but it closes right next to it, and it tried to break through. Like, this one would be a long. So because it closes right by it, I would say if it closed right way down here, we'd look for bearish trade. So tricky. Maybe we wouldn't though. I don't know. Because it does matter a lot, like what side of the opening level does it close on? Like wherever it closes compared to the opening level is very important. So I feel like the opening level. Let me just try and define this in my own words better. We're making the best educated guess we can based on all the variables. It's tough. Let me go back to that preview. I don't want to spend too much time thinking about this. I just want to keep back testing. So this one's a start inside. This one would be a short. Why was this one a short? Because it closed like this is a more bearish bar. But so was this one, but this one was above the range with a gap. So like it looked, the market was kind of saying, like, it was shown by this bar, there's a lot of bears here who, when the bulls tried to bring this up, sold it down. Okay. And when you have to look at it when you can't see what happens to the right. Like here, it just makes sense that we would go bearish just based on my understanding of price action. But then we go down to well, here, this also would be a bearish one, but it's inside because that big wick on top right there. So it's tricky. What day was that even? That was 12/28. What did I say that I did on 12/28? 12/28, I said, I didn't trade on 12/28. Looking at the wrong day. $12.28. $12.28. I don't have any data for that one. Oh wait, no, it's 12/26. Sorry, 12/26. Now I do have data for it. 12/26, I said was a win, so that means I went bearish. And I don't. I was just back testing, so I was going very intuitive. It wasn't like systematic. I think it's like the wick has a big factor in this. I think I'm gonna say it's tricky because I don't really know. And this is a 7,000, so this is like a major level. And look at, we were so bullish these last few days. I feel like if there's any day we're gonna just like sell off hard, it's here. So I think I need to just kind of go with my instincts. And like last time we were around this level, it sold off pretty hard. You're making the educated guess based on the first bar, and most of the time it's pretty easy because it just closes distinctly past the opening level. Sometimes, though, it'll close on one side of the opening level, but the other side of the prior day range. And that's where it's like a gray area, and you just have to make your best decision based on your looking to the left, your price action, instincts. And if you're wrong, and that's okay. And if you're right, and it's great. I think I'm gonna do something a little. Also, you want to think about risk versus reward. If I go short here, I'm only risking about 7 points. And if I'm right, and this is like 7,000 level is really strong, and we go way down, then I'm really gonna profit a lot. But say I go long, this is going to be a 25 point plus, like 26 point stop loss. So even if we go 100 points up, it's 4R. But if I get short here and target like a bunch of bears to come in and defend the $7,000 level, I think that's another way to think of it too. So that's not smart because you're thinking about what you stand to make. like you're thinking about the money, but we just need to be following a system. Need to be following a system. And most of the time we do, but there is some gray area. I think my head is saying to go long, my heart is saying to go short. I'm just going to go short, and we get stopped out. Right? Because our stop, yeah, we get stopped out. But we'd get stopped out whether we went long or short. So, and hey, look at we're going bearish. They did come in and defend this level. Just, didn't happen on the first bar. And I'm only trying to trade the first bar. So, okay, so that was a lot of thought into that. Normally, most of these, we don't put as much thought into it. We just 210, 26. We just don't put that much thought into it. We just make our decision and move on. Thinking now that I'm streaming, I'm putting more thought into it. So this would be a short. What would our stop loss have been? Probably 6,900, I would say. 6,900. Yeah, 6,900 area would be solid stop loss. Okay, so 62 up to 81, so 19 points divided by 32 points, 33 we'll say. Oh shoot, you know what? I just realized I just didn't take away my preview. Sorry. So you guys couldn't even see any of that. I'm an inexperienced streamer. I need to be better about that. I need to get another monitor. I have another monitor. I'll set it up next time so that way I can watch the screen I'm streaming on. Like I can see my stream and make sure everything's okay. And so this was the bar I just talked about so much. Maybe you could see that. I don't know. Probably not. But this is the bar I spent a lot of time talking about. And this is the one we just got short on. And it was 19 points, right? Or 18. 18, we'll say 18 points. And what was the risk? 80, 32. 18 divided by 32 was the win. 18 divided by 32. And that was 211. $211.26. Man, it would be really crazy if this was just like this is just my strategy. So this would be a short, and we'd lose on this one. So 213 would be a loss. So 213 would be the loss. Where is... $213.26. Why would 213 be a loss? You may wonder. This is our first full 1R loss. So we just had 8 trades where we didn't even take a 1R loss. A bunch of small winners, a break even, a couple 1R trades, one 2.2R trade. That was our first 1R loss in a bit. So 1R losses aren't as common anymore, which is really nice. This trade would be a short. And we'd be stopped out. So 217 is a loss. And then Sometimes I just will get two. When I have two trades in a row, like I do now, I just screenshot them both in one trade. So this would be a long. And this would be like, we lose like 4 points. Lose 4 points on this one, I think. 2 points, we'll say. But I always like to round up and make the losers seem worse than they are. So we'll say 4 points out of 35. So minus 4 divided by 35. So we just lost 0.11 on this loser. No big deal. Let me see if I can. Now we can screenshot both of these. This is 218 and 217. Two 18 and 217. My neck, dude. 218. Two 17, 26, and then 218. Cool. Quant work, man. Quant work. Oh, this one. This would be a long. And we get stopped out. And then this one would be a long. And this one would be a nice winner. So 79 would go up to about 28. So 49 points, but we had to risk 45. We have to risk 35 points. So 49 divided by 35, not bad. Not horrible. So it equals 49 divided by 35, so 1.4. Then we lost 1.1 R on the trade before. And this is what? 220 and 219. Nice. So skip that. This would be a long right here, this trade, because the first bar is bullish. And it touches there. And here I'd say we'd, oh, I just spoiled it by looking to the left. Oops, but this looks like it'll win. Very nice. Cool. So that trade gets us up to 6,900 from, so 42 points, I think. Yeah, 42 point winner, and risk 32. So make 42 by risking 32. And today is 224. We'll screenshot it, put it in our folder of all our screenshots. And that day is 224. Getting close, getting close. No 10R, no big like 5R trade since we started trading yet, unfortunately. So skip today. This day would be, this would be a solid short because we're so close to like both of these edges, and with this much volume, just definitely a short. And probably target down here because that's like 100 points away, and why not? All right. So this trade we made looked really dramatic. Like, damn, went down a lot. In the end, though, didn't go down that much. Made 16 points from risking. $27. Still, though, that's a win. So made about half an R on that trade. And that's 226. 226. 226. 26. Slow grind. Slow grind. See, my instinct here is to say we want to go long, and we'll go touch this again. But I think I have to skip this one because it's just, I don't know. It's right there. It's right there. My instinct is to go long. Doji is like it's indecision, right? Like it means it means I don't know. And when people don't know, it's a range. It's revert to the mean, right? So let's look at this. 25. This is where we are. On the daily, we're starting down here. It makes sense. Like we'd at least come back here and touch this. But there's discretion in this, but it's very limited discretion. It's one trade and then I'm done. Screw it. I'm taking this as a long. Then it's gonna lose. I'm gonna be like, no, I wouldn't take that. Okay. So it was a win. That was a gamble. But I have to be realistic. Because in the market, when I'm trading, I'm gonna do stuff like this. So 53 up to 85. So 20 or 32 points. And we risked 15. Yeah, we risked 15. And we made, what was it, 32? Yeah, so 32 divided by 15. Nice. And today was... What was today? Uh, 227. This is long, obviously, because we very bullish bar pushing right into the range. Yeah, this is definitely a long trade. So we would make 53, 83, so 30 points. 53 minus, so we'd have to risk like 51 points to make 30 points. So not the best. 30 divided by 51, but still a win. Half R wins a win. So we make our decision at 10 or 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific. We get out at 1:15 Pacific, 4:15 Eastern. Let's check the stream. Have you taken? I see a comment. Broke Boy Plunger asks, "Have I taken any live trades in the last week?" No, I haven't taken any live trades in probably like a month. I'm taking time off to just backtest like crazy. When I come back, eventually, I'm gonna come back with a fully backtested system, which I'm showing myself doing the backtesting on these live streams. So like when I come back, it's like gonna be my last time trying again, ever. I'm coming back with full risk controls though, so it's like I can only max on a day risk 3% of my account. Once I take the trade, the risk settings are locked in. I can't even change them. Like Tradeovate, my broker won't let me. So like risk wise, I feel pretty solid. But plan wise, I want to find like I want to trade something that is really simple that it has to be really simple. And I have to just feel really good with it. I want at least a 50% win rate. Um, yeah, I just need to feel really good about what I'm doing. And I think 30-minute chart is a way to do that. So we'll see. I'm going to keep playing around and keep messing with things. Maybe it'll be 10-minute. Maybe it'll be 15. Maybe it'll be 20-minute. I don't know. But I don't know. We'll see. I like 30-minute because I feel like in the first 30 minutes, that's when the market really decides what it's going to do. You get a lot of information from that first 30-minute bar. I think like that's what I want to roll with so far. So we'll see. We will see. Got a screenshot this day. It's a good question though. Yeah, I just haven't live traded. Just taking time off to chill. Gotta focus. It's, oops, did I just go too far ahead? So that was 3-4. Yeah, I like the 30 minutes so far because it's really easy. Like there's just so little decisions that you have to make. And for me, that's really important. You just one and done. Like all these I'm skipping because they're not near my levels, my key levels. This one would be a take. And would this be a long or a short? This one I think would be long because we close. There is a big bar at the top, but bars, there's a big tail at the top, but tails can signal that it's going to go that way. And we have to look where we are in the weekly context. This orange line, prior week low. Let's go to 312. So we're opening down here. We head back to I think we're going to head back to the middle of the range. So this one could be like a potential 5R if we do like go way up here back towards the middle of the range. We'll target like 100 points above. Yeah, like right here. The prior day high. And we get stopped out on the first bar. No worries. Read that one way wrong. Way wrong. Read that one way wrong. Man. 313. Okay. That's tough. Because the tail is bigger than the bar. And this is going to be the story of how well we can read these wicks. Whether we find success or not. So. We could say bigger wick. Trade opposite. We could say because now I'm trying to rationalize that I would take this. But I think I have to just take this as a loss in my backtesting and move on. But next time, learn from this. Say, okay, the bigger wicks at the top. That means probably bears are in control. So we'll take this as a loss. 313. Make sure I screenshot that. I might have already, but we have 2, no worries. So 313. 313, 26. It's a loss. Let's look at the comments. I use the 4 hour and 30 minute. Oh, cool. Do we message on Discord? I'd be curious because I wanna connect with you since you trade the 30 minute on the daily. That's so yeah, hit me up. I'm curious. Or email me. You know, my email I think is in the description. So just email me or something if you don't have Discord. But yeah, I want to connect because I'm curious what you do trading the 4 hour and 30 minute. For me, I'm only making my decision based on the first bar and just holding for most of the day. In this back testing, who knows what I'm gonna actually ultimately go live with? I don't know yet. I'm back testing to try and figure that out to see how it feels to read the charts bar by bar and do that. So yeah, I just want to hear your perspective. I think I like it because you get so much information per bar. You're making less decisions, and my big thing is like watching those 2 minutes or those 5 minute, it's like you're in a casino. It's like gets your dopamine going because there's so much possibility. But with these 30-minute bars, it's like it's impossible to do that. You just make your decision and get on with the day. I'm going back to my corporate job or different place, but going back to corporate America. But I'm going to go live out in California. So I can trade before work, so there's no interference. Like I'll trade 6:30 to 7:30 or 6:30 to 8 in the morning, close my laptop, go do work. Can keep my trading life and my work life separate. Before, my trading life would bleed over into my work life and it would be bad. But now I just want to focus on keeping them separate. So Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a big move. I live in Michigan right now, so gonna be real big move. You know, I used to live in Colorado, and that was real nice because that was Mountain Time Zone, 2 hours, two time zones over from East Coast time, so I could still trade before work pretty much. But it would bleed up a little bit more. It would interfere. But on Pacific time, a lot less interference. So just gotta find a job. So I'm hunting. Had a couple good interviews this week. We'll see what happens. See what happens. But yeah, I'm just trying to find a good trading system that I feel good while I trade. So that's crucial. It's absolutely crucial. Um, this would be long, and we get stopped out on this 317. I wonder which of these days is the day I had my blow up. Who knows? So 317 would be a loss. Screenshot it. Um, this would be a skip. This trade would be a skip. Not close enough. This trade would be a short. And this trade would do kind of well. So 75. So we'd make 32 points on this trade, but we'd have to risk 40. So make 32 by risking 40. So 0.8R. And that is 320. And let me screenshot that. Three, 20, 26. Cool. All right. This trade would be a long right here. And what day are we on, by the way? 323. I'll catch this up. $323. So I'd say this would be a good target here. 6760. And that'd be a stop out. 323 would lose. All good. Three, 23, 26. Yeah, hold on one sec. All right, I'm gonna go on a walk with my wife, so I'm gonna wrap up this stream. Um, but I want to upload this data, all this data I've been collecting, um, and analyze it. So hold up. $15 through $94. Analyze rows. The all right, so we are uploading this. I just uploaded it to Claude, and we're going to see what happens. It's gonna just analyze my win rate, my average size winner, average size loser, that type of thing. And there's a lot of things I could play with. You know, I could play with one sec, I'm getting a call from my buddy. Mute myself. All right, sorry, that was my friend Ryan. Let's see what the Claude had to say. So my win rate, 52.6%. Average winner, I make 1.81 R. Average loser, I lose 0.92. So my average winner is like twice my average loser, basically. And it says I've made 40 R. My expectancy is like 0.5 per trade. But my winners have come from three big winners, three trades where I made 5R plus. In three trades generated 24R or 61% of my profit. I had 10 medium 2 to 5R wins that generated 28.45R and 27 small wins that were underneath 2R that generated what the heck? Wow, so it says this system is clearly profitable. Keep going. That's good. That's very good. Okay. That's good. That's really good. It's clearly profitable. But, man. Makes me want to like look at this. Ooh, what if we looked at it on the 10? This is a 20 minute. Okay, this is 20 minute. But the first one is a 10-minute bar. And if the 10 minute, I wonder if we did this with 10 minutes. how that would change things. Like that's something we would backtest next. Like this one, for example, we get like way better returns on this one, on 2-3, because like the 30-minute, this is where we'd enter on the 30-minute down here. With the 20-minute, we get way closer. So that's probably what I'll backtest next. I'll probably start it from the top all the way back here, and I'll backtest that maybe. That's tricky. Because here, I would get long, which wouldn't be good. Here, I would get short, but I'd get stopped out. That wouldn't happen with 30-minute. All right, that's for another video though. I'm gonna go walk with my wife. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you at